UMass Boston Volleyball seniors stepped on campus with high expectations to live up to. 4 years later, the 4 women's senior class is aiming for their 4th straight LEC regular season title and another run at a regional crown. Welcome back to our 3rd season of Behind the Beacon. I'm your host, Haley Dutton. This week we were able to sit down with the 4 seniors to talk about this year's team's success and the legacy they plan to leave behind.
I think for me the biggest difference was being so far from home. That was super hard for me the first few weeks and first couple months of being out in Boston from Minnesota. I think volleyball made that a lot easier and that transition easier, although the game was a lot quicker and there was a lot to pick up on and learn. I think volleyball was the one thing that was constant throughout that change, so I think that made it a lot easier for me to move across the country. Coming in, I think we wanted to keep building on the success that the people before us had already established. So I think coming in, we knew the expectations were there and we kind of had to step in and be ready to perform. And I think we've been trying to, as seniors, hold that expectation throughout our careers and build that expectation and keep building off of that.
I feel like the pressure was pretty on. With our class, we have strong people in each position, and so I felt like there was a lot of expectations as far as us performing well and leading the team as well. It isn't easy when you do win a regional championship because the next year you come in, everybody wants to. When you play them, your game is like their whole season. They basically have it out to beat you. So there's a lot of expectations and pressures to uphold the whole entire program's legacy.
Coming from Wheaton, it was a totally different program from UMass Boston's volleyball program. I wanted to be a part of a winning program as I was in high school, and I knew that I could get the opportunity here. There was definitely a culture shock coming from Wheaton to UMass. We didn't practice nearly as hard as at Wheaton, and especially the weightlifting. Here we have Jeff and Ed and all them, and they really help us out and get us stronger for each season. And at Wheaton, we didn't really have that, so I never felt fully prepared as I do coming into this season. I felt good.
Honestly, I think I'm so lucky because I've had E and Pepper since my freshman year. We've gone through everything together and on and off the court. And, Colleen was added to our senior group last season, and honestly, she was a blessing as well. All 4 of us have different personalities that all contribute to the court and on and off the court, and I think we complement each other really well. And not only are we close on the court, we're really close off the court, and I think that helps. My sister played basketball here, and she was a senior by herself, and it's difficult when you're by yourself because there's not those people that are in your class in their last season wanting to win with you, wanting to, make it to nationals together for each other. And I think that we're so lucky that there's 4 of us that are hungry and want to win. And, being all starters together, we want it. And you can see it in everyone's eyes. And by us wanting it and being the core together on the court, we push the others that are on the court with us to want it just as bad. And I think that's what's really helping us have such a successful season this year. It's because of the hunger that is in the senior class.
We, all as senior class, are very different in our personalities, but I think on the court and off the court, we all know what we want to do. We want to win and we want to have a successful year, and I think that really, really drives us, and I think the younger underclassmen kind of see that we want to win and we want to be successful, so we're kind of setting the tone in practice and across the board as what's the expectation and what we want to do this year, and I think everyone's falling into place because of how well we work together and how well we show that we want to be here and we want to leave a lasting impression on this program. So I think us 4 together, I think I couldn't ask for better seniors to be doing this with because it's been so fun with Julia and Pepper all 3 years. Even though we've had a lot of tough times, I think it's been worth it, and I think all those tough times have led us to having maybe the best team that we've ever had at UMass this year.
I think everyone really knows what they bring onto the court, but the one thing they don't understand is how much they bring off the court. The work ethic, the dedication, and the inspiration that they bring to their teammates to push themselves on an everyday basis has really took us to a new level. And I think that it's going to live on in this program.
I think the biggest thing with our class as well was that when we came in as freshmen, the older girls on our team had also won regional championships and been to the national tournament before. So we were already accustomed to a culture in this program that was something that was common, or not maybe so much common, but something that we strive to do every year. And the hardest thing for us to get back there, I think, is just going to be getting all the other younger girls on our team to understand that that is something that the program does and is something that is expected, even though they've never been.
I think this season's extremely important for the program, just because, you know, as freshmen, like we said earlier, we made it to nationals, and we knew what it felt like to reach that place and how much more it drives you to want to get there after you've experienced it. And I think for the program, if we make it that far this year, I think those underclassmen behind us are going to be just as hungry, and they're just going to want to know what it feels like again to be there, and they're going to want to show the people coming in every year that that's the feeling that you want, and that's what you play for. You play for to win nationals, you play for each other, and I think that in this season is our job as seniors to make sure that everyone understands that and understands that that's the end goal. I mean, there's no other reason to play besides winning a national championship, because we're doing what we love.
The Beacons will return to action on Saturday when they play a tri-match at Colby Sawyer College. For more information about the team, check out beaconsathletics.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Haley Dutton.